Stock of the day, thought we take a look at a favourite of many of the experts here on the call, Mineral Resources. Shares dipping this morning, swinging to a first half loss on the back of a drop in iron ore prices in the second half of fiscal 21. Revenues also falling 12%. No dividend declared. Despite the company's worst financial result in 3 years, the outlook somewhat optimistic as it remains on target to meet full guidance. This is the company with links to lithium, but also a whole bag of resources, iron ore and the like. Mineral Resources normally, as I say, a bit of a favourite. Mathan, it's probably the biggest fanboy of Mineral Resources is one of your colleagues. Shall we call him a colleague? Gaurav Sodhi from Intelligent Investor. He seems to be in love with Chris Ellison from the Chief Executive of Mineral Resources. What did you think of the update and the pullback in share price?
Yeah, look, he's an acquired taste, as I always say. Some love him, some don't. But look, at the end of the day, he delivers. He has the knack of being able to work out what the market wants to pay for and gets his hands into them. So he's got a piece of a lot of different pies, and he gets into the cycles ahead of most of the others. So in that context, you have to support him and you have to back him to do well. And I think he will continue to do well. Now, the problem is the market gets overly excited. Everything that can go positive has been priced into MinRes. There's a fair amount priced in. So I'm not surprised that the result wasn't great because obviously iron ore prices have come off dramatically. Now, the big question is, where do you see iron ore prices? If you think iron ore prices are going to keep going higher, you buy MinRes. If you think iron ore prices is going to be a bit volatile, MinRes is going to be volatile. So my guess is I think iron ore will go a bit lower. I know that the Chinese are removing, I suppose, pollution issues, and they're front loading a lot of infrastructure projects to support weakness in the property side of things. So in that context, like for like, I think Chinese economy will hold up, but I don't know if that's going to be strong enough to drive iron ore prices higher. There's a fair amount of speculative play in the iron ore, despite China trying to kill it. So I think the risk return at the moment, I think iron ore goes a bit lower and settles down, and that's the risk for me. So I'm not jumping in at the moment, but look, the guy is good. The cycle is an inflationary cycle, reflation. So in that context, commodities should do well and iron ore holds up. And he's got exposure now into multiple commodities. So you want to look at this multi-diversified play. So look, I think you want to buy into it, but I think in the shorter term, it's probably going lower.
Yeah. Andrew?
You certainly can't fault its performance over a number of years. I'm just looking, the 5-year performance is 38% per annum over 5 years.
Jeez.
So in essence, you know, it's doubling every 2 years using the old rule of 72. So it's pretty hard to sort of suggest that you shouldn't be looking very closely at this. And as I was just saying before, materials are certainly a place in 2022 in the year of rising bond yields and inflation that you want exposure to. It's certainly backing management with Ellison is certainly a positive as well. But I'm also looking at the chart, and the chart looks pretty ordinary. You know, in the context of what we're seeing is, as we just heard before, we've got that sort of speculative froth and bubble going on at the moment. And of course, you add lithium into the mix, and certainly I'm not suggesting there isn't a need for lithium, far from it. But anything that's got lithium in it has certainly got a bit of a bomb under it at the moment. So I would perversely like to see it come under a bit more pressure. From a charting point of view, I would have thought sort of back into sort of around that sort of low 50s, high 40s is probably where you want to be. I note consensus before the result was about $56. You might see some downgrades on that. But on balance, I'm a hold.